All right, let's try this. Take two. Working on this SP-16. Looks like a line dragon, has some features of a line dragon. It was converted from the traditional SP-16 style to a kind of modified line dragon style on the turret. And we've been having some trouble, customers been having some trouble with wearing out clamps. And dug into it a little bit and found the bottom of this is completely gone on this turret. So we got a new pipe coming. But the reason that we found that was the bracket that clamps onto the lower elbow was not installed. And it was just hanging there, actually adding weight and exacerbating the problem. But I want to show you what I found here. You have to give me a second. I got to throw some goggles on. I made the mistake of doing it without goggles once already. So if we slide down here, this bracket it's adjustable, and the bolts are 5/16 grade 8s. They go through and then they go into, let's see if I can get the light on here. They actually thread into the hydraulic manifold up there. So there are 4 bolts that do that, and again, those are adjustable, but the bracket moves on that. Then there is another bolt hole here on the edge. These are 5/16, and you can see if I move this bracket. Let me see if I can get this moved without taking myself out. You can see those get threaded through and then they go into that aluminum from that manifold, which I'm gonna have to wrestle to get that back together. But over here, there should be another hole. So with this kit and this conversion, they sent the bolts for it, but when the customer installed it, they did not drill that additional bolt. So the only thing that was holding that clamp up against all the rotational force was were 4 5/16 grade 8s that were only threaded into that aluminum block for the manifold. So what we need to do is, hopefully those threads are still okay. We'll go back up, we'll put the 4 back in, and we'll get it attached to the manifold. Then we're going to spot the 2 additional holes that need to be drilled for the 3/8. We'll open those up, we'll remount that, and then when we get the new, forget what they call that pipe, but when we get the new one of those and the wear pieces and we reassemble it, then we're going to be able to set the geometry so that we can replace the clamp over there on the elbow, so that we can reduce the pulling during the rotational force of that, so this will work. Knowing that it was never quite right, it explains why they've had some of the difficulties that they've had. But they brought it to me, they kind of tossed their hands up in the air. I get it. I mean, that would have been super frustrating to not know why I was eating those. But now we know what it is. We'll get that patched up and get this thing back in service.